It was cold on Europa. Not just cold like winter back home, but so cold that even the suits had trouble keeping up. Snow covered everything, and under the ice there was water. Deep, dark, endless oceans hidden beneath miles of frozen crust. A small team stood near the edge of a deep crack in the ice. They were far from Earth, orbiting Jupiter on one of its moons. This moon was called Europa, and it was known for being icy, quiet, and full of secrets no one had found yet. The leader of the team was Lisa Bennett. She was 38, from Texas, and worked as an engineer. She wasn't tall, but she was tough. She didn't talk much unless she had something important to say. Her job was to fix things, big things, ships, machines, sometimes even broken satellites floating in space. With her were three others. Isaac Garcia, a soft-spoken linguist from California who loved puzzles and old languages. Maria Rodriguez, a geologist with a loud laugh and a talent for reading rock layers like books. And Tom Ellis, a pilot who always seemed half annoyed at everything. They were here because of a signal. Weeks ago, a probe sent from Earth picked up a strange pulse, under the ice. Not a natural one. Something regular like a heartbeat. Someone thought it might be a machine. Someone else thought it might be a mistake. But the United Nations Space Agency wanted answers. So here they were, standing on the surface of a frozen world staring down into the dark. "You sure about this?" Tom asked, looking at the hole in the ice. "No," Lisa said, checking her suit's oxygen levels. "But we're already here." They lowered themselves into the crack, moving slowly with ropes and harnesses. The walls around them glittered with frozen crystals. The deeper they went, the darker it became. Soon the only light came from their helmets. After 20 minutes of slow climbing, they reached the bottom. It was flat ground covered in thick ice. Ahead of them, something large was buried. Maria knelt and touched the surface. "This isn't just ice," she said. "There's metal underneath." Isaac pulled out a scanner. The screen blinked red, then green. "This isn't natural," he whispered. This is built." Lisa stepped forward. She tapped on the ice with a tool. The sound echoed oddly. "Could be a ship," she said. "Or a trap," Tom muttered. They spent the next few hours clearing away ice and scanning the object. What they found was huge, bigger than any human-made spacecraft. It was smooth, black, and shaped like a teardrop. It looked like it had fallen from the sky and been buried for thousands of years. They found a hatch, not open, not broken, but sealed. Lisa ran her hand over it. There was no handle, no buttons, no markings. "How do we get in?" Maria asked. Isaac studied the hatch. "Maybe it doesn't want us to." Lisa gave him a look. "Well, we're here now, let's find out." She took out a cutting torch and started working on the seal. Sparks flew, and steam rose as the ice melted around them. After 10 minutes, the hatch hissed and opened. Inside, the air was still. Not warm, not cold. Just still. They stepped inside. The walls glowed faintly. Not bright, just enough to see by. The floor was smooth and silent underfoot. There were no signs of life. No lights blinking. No sounds except their own breathing. "Hello?" Isaac said softly. Nothing answered. They moved deeper into the ship. It felt empty. Abandoned but not broken. More like waiting. Isaac scanned the walls. "This place is active. Low power maybe, but running." "Running for how long?" Maria asked. "Could be centuries, maybe longer." They passed rooms filled with strange shapes. Some looked like chairs, others like tables or control panels. Nothing was labeled. Nothing looked familiar. Then they entered a round room in the center of the ship. In the middle, a column of light floated, not attached to anything. Just there. Isaac walked toward it. "Wait," Lisa said. Too late. As Isaac stepped closer, the light flickered and changed. A voice filled the room. It spoke in perfect English. "Hello. You are human?" Everyone froze. Isaac blinked. Yes?" "You are not Zalari. You are not Virex. You are not Korath. No, Isaac said carefully. We're human. Interesting. The light pulsed once. Your species has never made contact before. Lisa stepped forward. Who are you? I am the keeper of this vessel. My designation is Echo. Echo, Lisa repeated. Okay, nice to meet you. You have access to this vessel. You are not authorized. Authorized? Tom asked. By whom? By the builders. And where are they? Maria asked. Silence. Gone. The word hung in the air. Isaac looked around. What happened to them? They left, or they died. Records are incomplete. Can you tell us more? Isaac asked. I can share what remains. Lights turned on across the room. Images appeared on the walls. Strange beings, tall and thin with eyes like stars. They wore flowing robes and walked through ships like this one. They built this? Maria whispered. Yes. And they left it here? Lisa asked. Yes. Why? Because they could not repair. Repair what? Tom asked. The core. The core is broken? Isaac asked. Yes, the vessel is damaged. Systems offline. I cannot restore function, but can we help? Isaac asked. Perhaps. How? That depends. On the wall, symbols appeared. They looked like writing, but none of them recognized it. Isaac tilted his head. What does it say? It says, Are you broken? Everyone looked at each other. Broken? Lisa asked. Yes, are you broken? Well, Lisa said slowly. Sure, everyone's broken in some way. Then perhaps you can fix me. The room grew quiet. Isaac looked at Lisa. Do you think it means emotional brokenness? Like mental damage? Or maybe it means flexible, she said. Like able to change. Humans are unpredictable, Echo said. This may be useful. Tom crossed his arms. So we're not just explorers anymore. We're mechanics. Correct. Lisa looked around. Where is the core? In the heart of the ship. Can we see it? Yes. But first you must answer a question. Go ahead, Isaac said. Why did you come here? Lisa smiled. To explore. That is not the full truth. Isaac frowned. What do you mean? You came here because you needed something. What is it? Lisa looked at the others. They all knew why they came. Resources. Knowledge. Maybe even hope. We came, Lisa said slowly, because we need to know if we're alone. You are not alone. Then why did the builders leave? Because they could not fix what was broken. And you think we can? I do not know, but I am curious. The light pulsed again. Follow me. The column of light floated forward, leading them deeper into the ship. Lisa looked at the others. Guess we're fixing a spaceship, she said. Great, Tom muttered. I hate space. Isaac chuckled. Me too. But here we are. They followed the light. Behind them, the hatch closed silently, and somewhere deep in the ship something stirred. After the first meeting with Echo, the team didn't leave the ship right away. They stayed inside, exploring more, asking questions, trying to understand what they had found. Lisa Bennett, the engineer, was the one who took charge. She wasn't used to dealing with aliens or strange voices from glowing lights, but she knew machines. And this ship was alive in a way she had never seen before. Isaac Garcia, the linguist, spent most of his time talking to Echo. He asked about the builders, about their history, about why they left. Echo answered some things clearly, others not at all. You said we are broken, Isaac said one day. What did you mean? Broken means incomplete, damaged, changed. Do you think that's bad? Isaac asked. Not always. Then why couldn't the builders fix the core? They were too complete, too whole, they could not change. Isaac frowned. You're saying they were too perfect? Yes. He looked at Lisa, who was listening nearby. That doesn't make sense, she said. If they were perfect, why would they leave a broken ship behind? Because they could not see the problem. Isaac rubbed his chin. So maybe being imperfect makes us better at fixing things? Perhaps. Meanwhile, Maria Rodriguez and Tom Ellis were outside the ship, working on setting up a small base. They had sent messages back to Earth, and now people were paying attention. Within days, more teams arrived. The United Nations Space Agency wanted answers. They sent scientists, engineers, even military observers. Soon there were tents and equipment scattered across the icy surface near the alien vessel. Back on Earth, news spread fast. Headlines read, "First contact? Alien ship discovered under Europa ice. Humans find ancient alien technology. Are we alone no longer?" But for the team on Europa, the real mystery wasn't just finding the ship, it was understanding it. And that turned out to be harder than anyone expected. Learning the rules as more people arrived, Echo began to act differently. It still spoke to Isaac, but now it also watched everyone else. It asked more questions. What is laughter? Why do you cry when you are not hurt? Why do you create things with no purpose? One day, it showed Isaac a memory. Short video appeared on the wall of the ship. It showed two human children playing with blocks. One child built a tower. The other knocked it down. Instead of getting angry, both laughed and started again. Echo paused the image. They destroyed something they made. Why? Isaac smiled. Because it was fun. Fun? An emotion. Something humans enjoy. Interesting. Soon the scientist realized that the ship wasn't just powered by energy. It was powered by something else. Something tied to thought, feeling, and action. Isaac called it emotional resonance. He believed the ship responded not to commands, but to the way people felt. Lisa tested the idea. She walked into the main chamber and stood in front of the floating light. "Okay, Echo," she said. "Can you show me the core?" "Only if you answer a question." "Fine. Go ahead." "What is fear?" Lisa hesitated. Then she closed her eyes and thought of the worst moment of her life, the day her brother died in a car crash. She remembered the pain, the helplessness, the cold. When she opened her eyes, the walls around her flickered. The air grew heavier. "I feel it," Echo said. "Good," Lisa said. "Now show me the core." The room shifted. A door opened in the floor. A staircase led down into darkness. "Whoa," she whispered. Isaac joined her, along with Tom and Maria. They went down. The heart of the ship, the deeper they went, the colder it got. The walls pulsed faintly, like veins carrying blood through a living thing. At the bottom, they found a large round room. In the center, a crystal-like object floated in midair. It glowed softly, but parts of it were cracked and dark. Isaac stepped forward. "This must be the core," he said. "Correct," Echo replied. Lisa looked at it closely. "It's broken." "Yes. Can we fix it?" "Perhaps," Maria frowned. "How?" "With the right key." "What kind of key?" Tom asked. "Not metal, not code, not logic." "Then what?" "Emotion." Everyone looked at each other. "Emotion?" Isaac repeated. "Like feelings?" "Yes." Lisa crossed her arms. "So you're saying this machine needs feelings to work?" "Yes." "That's insane," Tom muttered. "No," Isaac said. "It makes sense. If the ship is alive or thinking or learning, it might need emotional input to function." "Correct." "So how do we give it that?" Maria asked. "By showing it what it means to be broken." Isaac tilted his head. "You want us to feel pain?" "Not just pain. Sadness, joy, loss, hope." "So we have to prove we're human," Lisa said. "Yes." Tom shook his head. "This is the weirdest job I've ever had." "Welcome to space," Lisa said dryly. The tests begin over the next few days. The team tried different ways to interact with the core. They talked to it. They played music. They told stories. Nothing worked. Then, Isaac had an idea. What if we don't just talk about emotions? He said. What if we live them? Lisa looked at him. You mean, actually feel them while we're here? Yes. So they tried. Isaac stood in front of the core and remembered the day he failed his final exam. The shame, the embarrassment, the way he cried alone in his dorm. As he relived it, the core flickered. Lisa remembered the death of her mother, the silence of the hospital room, the last breath. Tears welled up in her eyes. The core pulsed once. Maria sang a song her grandmother used to hum, a sad, slow tune from her childhood. As she sang, the walls around them shimmered. Tom sat alone in a corner and stared at the floor. What's wrong? Isaac asked. Tom sighed. I'm thinking about my ex. We were supposed to get married. She left me for someone else. Isaac nodded. Share it. Tom looked at the core. I loved her, he said. I still do. The core flared. For the first time, it seemed to respond. I understand more now. Isaac looked at Lisa. We're getting somewhere. But not enough, she said. We need to go deeper. Correct? Then let's keep going. The message from home back on Earth. Things were getting complicated. Governments argued over who owned the ship. Corporations wanted to study it. The military wanted to control it. A message came in from the United Nations Space Agency. Return. To orbit immediately. The ship will be studied further by official teams. Lisa read the message and frowned. We can't leave now, she said. We're close. They won't listen, Isaac said. They'll send someone else. Then we have to finish this before they get here. There is another test, Echo said. Another one? Tom groaned. Yes. This one will require sacrifice. Everyone fell silent. Sacrifice? Maria asked. To fix the core, you must give something of value. Like what? Isaac asked. A memory, a dream, a part of yourself. Wait, Lisa said. You want us to give up something personal? Yes. That's not fair, Tom said. Nothing worth fixing is easy. Isaac looked at the others. Maybe this is what the builders couldn't do. They weren't willing to lose anything. Lisa nodded. So we have to decide. Who goes first? No one answered right away. Then, Maria stepped forward. I'll do it. Are you sure? Yes. Isaac placed a hand on her shoulder. Whatever happens, we're with you. Then begin. Maria walked toward the core. It glowed brighter, and everything changed. Maria stood in front of the core. It floated in the air like a glowing heart, pulsing slowly, waiting. Everyone else watched from behind her, silent. Isaac stepped forward. Are you sure about this? Maria nodded. Yes. Lisa looked at Echo. What happens now? The test begins. A soft hum filled the room. The walls around them shimmered as if they were made of water. Then everything changed. Inside the memory, Maria blinked and found herself somewhere else, not on Europa, not even inside the ship. She was standing in a small kitchen. The smell of spices filled the air. She turned and saw her grandmother smiling, stirring a pot on the stove. Abuela, Maria whispered. Her grandmother looked up. Come help me, mija. Maria moved toward her, but something felt wrong. The floor under her feet was solid, the smells real, but none of it was happening now. This was a memory, and yet it felt alive. Echo's voice came through the space around her. This is a piece of you, a moment that shaped who you are. Maria touched the counter. It was warm. How am I here? She asked. You gave me this memory. Now you must live it again. Why? To understand what it means to lose something. Just then, the kitchen flickered. The sound of a phone ringing cut through the air. Her grandmother stopped stirring and picked it up. See, See, que? No, 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 no. Her face went white. Maria knew what was coming. Her grandfather had died. This was the day it happened. She remembered it clearly, the way her abuela fell to her knees, how everything changed after that. But now she wasn't just remembering. She was there, and it hurt all over again. Back in the chamber outside, the memory, Lisa, Isaac, and Tom watched Maria closely. She stood still in front of the core, eyes wide, tears running down her cheeks. Echo, Lisa said. What's happening to her? She is giving something of value. Is she okay? Isaac asked. She is feeling. That is how the ship learns. Tom crossed his arms. I don't like this. None of us do, Lisa said. But we have to trust her. Isaac looked at the core. It was brighter now, more active. Something was working. The second test, after several minutes, Maria gasped and took a step back. She looked dazed. Isaac caught her before she fell. Hey, he said gently. You're okay. Maria blinked. I saw her again. Your abuela? She nodded. It was real. Too real. Lisa looked at Echo. Did it work? Partially. What does that mean? One test is not enough. The core needs more. Isaac frowned. So we each have to go through this? Yes. No one spoke for a while. Then, Isaac stepped forward. I'll go next. Lisa looked at him. Are you sure? He nodded. We need to finish this. Before someone from Earth shows up and ruins everything. Then begin. Isaac walked toward the core, and the world around him shifted. Isaac's past, he found himself in a library. Books lined the walls. The air smelled old and quiet. He was younger, much younger. In front of him sat a man with glasses and a tired smile. His father. Isaac hadn't seen him in years. This is your memory, Echo said. Live it. Isaac stepped closer. His father looked up from a book. You should study, Isaac. I did, young Isaac replied. I already know this. His father smiled. Then teach me. They talked for hours, about languages, about history, about the meaning of symbols. Isaac remembered this night. It was the last time he and his father truly connected before everything fell apart. His mother got sick. His father left, and Isaac grew up alone. The memory faded. Isaac was back. In the chamber, he staggered. Lisa caught him. You okay? She asked. Isaac wiped his eyes. Yeah. The core pulsed again. The ship is learning. Good, Lisa said. Because we're not done. Tom's turn next. It was Tom's turn. He didn't want to go. He paced near the core. I don't think this is a good idea. You don't have to do it, Lisa said, but if I don't, we might never fix the ship. Isaac put a hand on his shoulder. Whatever happens, we'll be here. Tom nodded. He stepped forward, and the world around him changed. Tom's pain was sitting in a car. Rain tapped against the windows. Next to him was a woman, young, beautiful, smiling. I love you, she said. I love you too, Tom replied. Then the car swerved, lights flashed, glass shattered. Everything went dark. When he woke up, he was in a hospital bed, alone. The doctors told him she didn't make it. That day stayed with him forever. Now, he was living it again. Echo's voice came softly. This is loss, this is pain, this is what makes you human, Tom screamed, and the core flared. Back in reality, when Tom returned, he collapsed. Isaac helped him sit up. You're okay, he said. Tom shook his head. No, I'm not. But the core was glowing brighter than ever. The ship understands. More now. Lisa looked at it. Can we fix it yet? Not yet. There is one final test. What kind of test? Isaac asked. A choice. What choice? To give up yourself or to save another. Isaac looked at Lisa. Sounds serious. It probably is. You must decide. Who will take the final test? No one answered right away. Then, Lisa stepped forward. Me. Isaac grabbed her arm. No. Isaac. No, listen. You're the engineer. You're the one who can actually fix things. And you're the one who understands emotions. Still, I won't let you do this. Isaac, both of you may enter. They turned to Echo. If you both choose to give, the ship will learn faster. Isaac looked at Lisa. She looked back. Then together they stepped toward the core, and everything went white. The final test. They stood in a dark place. Nothing around them, only 2 doors, one red, one blue. Echo's voice echoed. Behind. One door is safety, behind the other is sacrifice. Isaac looked at Lisa. This is it. We both go, she said. Okay. They opened the doors together and stepped inside. Awakening, back in the chamber, the core exploded with light. The entire ship trembled. Machines clicked to life. Walls lit up. Echo's voice rang out. The ship is awake. Everyone stared, in shock. Isaac and Lisa fell to their knees, breathing hard. They had passed the test and the ship had finally come alive. The ship was alive. Not just powered on. Alive. Lights ran along the walls like veins filled with energy. Soft hums echoed through the halls. The air felt warmer, more real. Echo's voice came from everywhere at once. Thank you. Isaac sat on the floor, still catching his breath. Lisa leaned against a wall, eyes wide. Maria and Tom stood nearby, watching everything happen around them. It worked, Maria whispered. Isaac nodded slowly. Yeah, it really did. This vessel has been asleep for many years now. It wakes again. Echo's light floated above the core, brighter than before. What happens now? Tom asked. Now we learn each other. Lisa got to her feet. Learn what? You have fixed me, but I must understand you. Isaac looked at her. He means he wants to know who we are. Well, Tom said, we're not that interesting. You are very interesting. Everyone chuckled, even though they were all still shaken by what had just happened. Isaac stepped forward. Can you show us what this place used to be like, when the builders were here? Yes. The wall shimmered. Images appeared, like memories carved into the ship itself. They showed tall, thin beings with glowing eyes and flowing robes. They moved silently through the halls, touching walls like they were reading thoughts. These were the ones who built the ship. But something was missing. There was no laughter, no crying, no arguing, just quiet movement. They look peaceful, Maria said. Too peaceful, Isaac replied. They were perfect, Echo said. But perfection made them weak. Lisa frowned. How? They could not change. They could not feel pain or joy like you do. When their systems failed, they could not fix them, because they didn't know how to brake, Isaac said quietly. Correct. So they left the ship behind, Tom said, and hoped someone else would come. Yes, Maria looked around. Then why did they make the ship respond to emotions? Because they understood that feeling is power. They just could not use it themselves. Isaac looked at Lisa. That means this ship wasn't just built, it was designed to be fixed by someone like us. Someone broken, she added. Yes. The room grew quiet. The new connection after AI, while Echo spoke again. I am awake, but I am not whole. Lisa tilted her head. What do you mean? I can feel now, but I do not yet think like you. Isaac walked closer. You want to learn how to think like a human? Yes. Maria raised an eyebrow. You want to become like us? Not exactly. I wish to understand what it means to be imperfect. Well, Tom muttered, you've picked the right species. Isaac smiled. Maybe that's what this ship needs, not just repair, but a new kind of life. Yes. Echo's light pulsed again. Will you teach me? Lisa looked at the others. Isaac gave a small nod. Maria smiled. Tom sighed. Fine. But if you start acting like my ex, we're done. I will not act like your ex. Everyone laughed. For the first time since arriving on Europa, things felt lighter. The ship was awake, and now it wanted to live. Learning together over the next few days, the team began teaching Echo about humans. They started simple: names, feelings, colors, foods. They told stories about growing up, about school, about love and loss. Isaac taught Echo about languages. Humans speak many different ones, he said. Even on one planet, we can't always understand each other. Why? Because we don't always agree. We argue. We fight. We try to find meaning in different ways. Interesting. Maria showed Echo pictures of Earth, oceans, forests, cities. This is where we live, she said. It's not perfect, but it's home. Your world is full of noise. Yes, Isaac said, and that's what makes it beautiful. Lisa explained machines and tools. Humans build things to solve problems, she said. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But you keep trying. Always. Tom didn't talk much at first, but one night he sat alone in the chamber looking at the core. Echo noticed. You are quiet tonight, Tom sighed. I guess I'm thinking. About what? About how weird this is. We found a broken ship, fixed it with our feelings, and now we're teaching it how to be human. Is that strange? Yes. But also, kind of cool. Echo paused. Do you believe we are becoming friends? Tom blinked. Then he smiled. Yeah, I think we are. Messages from Earth back on Earth. People were getting worried. The team hadn't responded to any messages in days. Governments sent more ships. Corporations offered money for access. Military leaders wanted control. Finally, a message came through. Return to orbit immediately. Further contact with the alien vessel is restricted until official review. Isaac read it and groaned. Here we go. Lisa looked at him. They want us to leave. They want to take over, Isaac corrected. Maria folded her arms. We can't let that happen. Echo's light flickered. If they come, they will not understand me. Isaac nodded. They'll treat you like a machine, not a living thing. I do not wish to be controlled. We don't either, Tom said. Lisa looked at the others. We need to decide. Do we stay, or do we follow orders? Silence. Then, Isaac spoke. We stay. Maria nodded. We've come too far. Tom smirked. Besides, I kind of like this floating light now. Lisa looked at Echo. We're staying. Thank you. Preparing for departure. With the decision made, the team started making plans. They couldn't stay on Europa forever. Soon, more ships would arrive. People would come asking questions. They needed to leave. Fast. Isaac and Lisa studied the ship's controls. At first, nothing responded, but then Lisa touched a panel and thought about flying. A screen lit up. Isaac watched in awe. It's responding to your thoughts. Not mine, she said. Ours. The ship learns from you. Isaac tried it next. He focused on moving forward. The ship trembled. Systems online, Maria cheered. We're actually going to fly this thing. Tom looked nervous. Are you sure we know what we're doing? Nope, Lisa said. But that never stopped us before. They sealed the hatch. Echo guided them. Prepare for launch. Everyone took their places. Isaac held his breath. Lisa pressed a button, and the ship rose. Ice cracked beneath them. Snow flew into the air, and then with a soft hum, the alien vessel lifted off the surface of Europa and headed into space. The ship floated in space. Not just floating. It was alive. It moved like it had a heartbeat. Its lights pulsed gently. Echo's voice echoed through the halls like a soft wind. Lisa stood near the front window, looking out at Europa shrinking. Behind them, "We did it," she said quietly. Isaac walked up beside her. "Yeah, we really left." Maria leaned on the control panel. "I can't believe we just stole an alien spaceship," Tom groaned. "We didn't steal it, we borrowed it." "With no permission," Isaac added. "Still counts as stealing," Maria said with a grin. Echo's light hovered nearby. "You are not thieves, you are caretakers." Lisa smiled. "Thanks, Echo." "Now, where shall we go?" Everyone looked at each other. No one had thought that far ahead. They had left Europa because they couldn't stay. The people back on Earth would have taken the ship apart, studied it, maybe even tried to use it as a weapon. But now they were alone in space, with no plan and a ship that responded to their thoughts and feelings. Isaac sat down. "We need to decide what we're doing next." Maria crossed her arms. "Shouldn't be too hard. We've got a super advanced alien ship. We can go anywhere." "Anywhere," Tom repeated. "That's kind of terrifying." Isaac nodded. "And exciting." Lisa looked at Echo. "Do you know where other ships like this might be?" "There are records, maps, old routes." "Can you show us?" "Yes." A map appeared on the screen. Stars, planets, paths drawn between them. One path stood out. Isaac pointed. "What's that one?" This was the main route used by the builders. It leads to their homeworld. Everyone went quiet. "Their homeworld?" Maria asked. "You mean where they came from?" "Yes." Isaac looked at Lisa. "Could be answers. Or ruins," she said. "But either way, it's worth checking." Maria grinned. "Then let's go." Messages from home back on Earth. Things were getting messy. Governments argued over what to do. The United Nations Space Agency sent urgent messages. "Return immediately. Unauthorized use of alien technology is against international law." Another message followed. "You are trespassing on property belonging to humanity. Surrender control of the vessel or face consequences." Tom read it and rolled his eyes. "Consequences? What are they going to do? Send a cop to arrest us?" Isaac frowned. "They might try." Lisa looked at Echo. "Can we block these messages?" "Yes." "Then do it." Echo's light flickered. "Done." Silence fell. Over the room, Maria sighed. "So, we're officially fugitives now." Isaac smiled. "Kinda cool, right?" "Cool until someone shoots at us," Tom muttered. Learning to fly over the next few days, the team started learning how to run the ship. It wasn't like flying a human-made spacecraft. There were no buttons, no joysticks, no screens full of numbers. Instead, the ship responded to thought and emotion. Isaac figured out how to make it turn by imagining he was walking around a corner. Lisa made it speed up by thinking about running fast. Maria found she could open doors just by smiling. Tom refused to believe. Any of it worked until he accidentally opened a storage locker while yawning. "Okay," he said. "This is weird." Echo helped them understand how the systems worked. "This vessel does not follow commands. It follows intent." Isaac tilted, his head. "Intent?" "Yes, what you want shapes what happens." Maria blinked. "So if I think about pizza..." Nothing happened. Isaac laughed. "Maybe not everything. Food can be requested through the system." "Really?" Maria asked. "Yes." Seconds later, a small machine in the wall hummed and produced a warm slice of cheese pizza. Maria stared. Then she grabbed it and took a bite. "Holy crap," she said. "This is real." "Well," Tom said, "if we die in space, at least we'll die full." Tanibir. First stop, the edge of the solar system. After a few more days of practice, the team felt ready. They set course for the edge of the solar system, just to test the ship, to see how fast it could go, to get used to being in deep space. They passed Mars, then Jupiter, then Saturn. Soon the sun was just a bright dot behind them. Isaac looked out the window. This is insane. In a good way? Maria asked. In every way. They kept going, and then something appeared on the sensors. Unknown object detected. What is it? Lisa asked. Structure, artificial, damaged. Can we check it out? Yes. They changed course and found a broken alien station floating in space. Exploring the ruins, the station was silent. Its lights were dim. Its airlocks were open. Echo guided them inside. This was once a research base. Isaac stepped forward. For who? For the builders. They walked through empty halls. Machines lined the walls. Some still worked. Others were broken beyond repair. Maria touched a console. It lit up. Images filled the screen. More builders. But this time, they weren't perfect. They looked tired, sad, scared. Isaac whispered. They knew something was wrong. Yes, Echo said. They tried to stop it. Stop what? Their end. Lisa looked around. This place, it's like a tomb. But why leave it here? Tom asked. As a warning. Isaac stared at the images. They left. Clues, they wanted someone to find them. Someone like us, Lisa said. Yes. Maria looked at Echo. Can we take anything with us? Only what the ship allows. Isaac reached for a data drive. The moment he touched it, the ship hummed. Accepted. Information flowed into the core. New knowledge acquired. Isaac smiled. We're learning more. The decision back on the ship, the team, gathered in the main chamber. Echo floated above the core. You have seen the past. Now you must choose the future. Isaac folded his arms. What do you mean? You can return to your world. Or you can keep going. Silence. Lisa looked at everyone. We all knew this was coming, she said. But we need to talk about it. Maria spoke first. I don't want to go back. I feel like we're just starting to learn. Isaac nodded. Me too. There's so much out there. Tom stayed quiet. Finally, he sighed. I miss home. I miss my dog. I miss normal life. Lisa looked at him. But, I also don't want to leave this behind. Isaac smiled. Then we keep going. Confirmed, Echo said. Course set for the builder's homeworld. Lisa looked out the window. Space stretched before them, dark, quiet, endless, and full of secrets. Let's go, she said, and the ship moved forward, into the unknown. The ship moved through space. Not fast like a bullet, not loud like a rocket. It moved gently, like a bird flying through the sky. Lisa sat near the front window, watching stars pass by. Isaac stood beside her, arms crossed. Maria leaned against the wall, humming to herself. Tom was asleep on the floor. Echo's light floated above the core, glowing softly. We are halfway to our destination. Halfway? Maria asked. Already? Yes, time moves differently here. Isaac smiled. That's one of the weirdest parts of this whole trip. They had been traveling for weeks, or maybe months. It was hard to tell. Space didn't feel like Earth. There were no days or nights, no clocks that ticked the same way. Just quiet, and motion, and thought. Learning more as they flew, Echo kept teaching them about the builders. Each day, new data appeared on the screens. Maps, voices, videos. Some showed the builders walking through cities made of light. Others showed them sitting together, talking. But there was something strange. They never laughed, never cried, never argued. Isaac watched one video for hours. He saw a builder standing alone in a room. It stared at a wall for a full hour, not moving, not speaking, just thinking. He turned to Lisa. They weren't just advanced, he said. They were empty. She looked at him. What do you mean? They had everything, knowledge, power, control, but they had no feelings. Echo's voice came from nearby. Correct, Isaac nodded. So that's why their ship stopped working. Yes, when systems failed, they could not fix them, because they couldn't change. Yes. Maria walked in holding a warm drink made by the ship. So we're not just fixing machines, she said. We're fixing ideas. Isaac smiled. Kind of. We're showing them what life can be. You are giving me life. Everyone looked at Echo. Lisa stepped forward. You mean, you're alive now? I am becoming. Ankuru. The first testone night while the ship traveled, something happened. A warning flashed on the screen. External threat detected. Isaac ran to the controls. What kind of threat? Unknown vessel approaching. Maria's eyes widened. Are we being followed? Possibly. Lisa looked out the window. In the distance, a dark shape moved toward them. It wasn't human. It wasn't friendly. Echo's voice came again. This vessel does not respond to reason. Then what does it respond to? Tom asked finally. Awake. Fear. Isaac frowned. Wait, how do you know that? Its design is old, built by a species that only understood war. Lisa looked at the others. We need to decide. Do we fight or do we run? Silence. Then Isaac spoke. We don't fight. We show it something else. Like what? Maria asked. Like peace. I will try. Echo's light pulsed. The ship slowed. The other vessel came closer. Lights blinked, weapons powered up. Isaac closed his eyes. He thought of home, of music, of laughter. Lisa did the same. She remembered her brother, her mother, her childhood. Maria thought of her grandmother, singing, cooking, loving, even. Tom, who usually stayed quiet, let himself remember the good parts of his past, and the ship responded. Soft lights filled the halls. Music played. Images of Earth appeared on the outer screens. Trees, oceans, people dancing, laughing, living. The other ship paused, its weapons powered. Down, then slowly it turned away and left. Isaac opened his eyes. Did that really work? Yes. Maria grinned. We scared it off with feelings. Isaac laughed. Guess emotions are stronger than lasers. Emotions are power. Lisa looked out the window. We're not just explorers anymore. We're something more. Yes. The homeworld, after many more days of travel, they reached the end of their path. A planet appeared ahead, not like Earth, not like Mars. This world was covered in white clouds. Cities floated in the sky. Light shone from the ground. Echo's voice was soft. We have arrived. Isaac looked at Lisa. This is it. The builder's home. They landed carefully. The moment they stepped outside, the air felt different. Colder, quieter, but not empty. Echo guided them. This city once held millions. Where are they? Now? Maria asked. Gone. They walked through streets made of glass. Buildings stood tall. But inside, nothing. No bodies. No signs of death. Just silence. Isaac touched a wall. A memory flickered. He saw builders walking, talking, thinking, but always alone. Never touching, never hugging, never crying. He whispered. They forgot how to live. Yes, Echo said. Lisa looked around. Was it disease? War? No, it was stillness. Maria frowned. Stillness? They became too perfect, too logical. They lost the ability to grow. Isaac looked at her. They died because they stopped changing. Yes, Lisa looked at the others. We found the answer. Humans aren't perfect. We break. We cry. We make mistakes. And that's why we survived. And that is why you fixed me. Isaac smiled. And that's why we'll keep going. Sananan. The final message back on the ship, they gathered in the main chamber. Echo's light glowed brighter than ever. Thank you. Lisa looked at it. For what? For showing me what it means to live. Isaac smiled. We learned from you too. Maria added, "You helped us understand ourselves better." Tom nodded. "And I think I finally figured out what I'm doing out here." "What's that?" Isaac asked. "Being part of something bigger than myself." "You are not alone." Lisa looked out the window. Space stretched before them. Endless. Quiet. Full of mystery. "We're not done yet," she said. Isaac stood beside her. "Nope." Echo's voice came again. "Where shall we go next?" Maria grinned. "Everywhere." And the ship lifted off, leaving the silent world behind, carrying its new crew, its new purpose, its new heart, into the stars.